Hi, I'm Chef Jeff Heavey with Convivial Catering, and today we're going to make a homemade cheese platter. Today we have some French brie, some Gruyere cheese, some sharp Vermont cheddar, some French goat cheese. I have some macadamia nuts, I have some mixed nuts, I got some red seedless grapes. I have a selection of herbs. I have some fresh basil, some fresh thyme, and some fresh oregano. We're going to utilize that both to garnish the platter because I like to have some natural herbs to give it some nice color. But then we're also going to actually take some of those and chop it up and actually rub the French goat cheese in that. And then we have some beautiful Carlsbad strawberries, and then we have a little bit of honeycomb as well to accent and augment the plate. And then we're going to be utilizing some classic water crackers as well. So first we'll start to pick some herbs. I have some fresh basil right here. We're just going to do a quick chiffonade of the basil, or just a little quick chop. So we're just going to roll those up, do a little chop. That's nice. It's going to be nice because they're clean, fresh herbs. They'll add a little flavor and accent the goat cheese. We'll take a little bit of the thyme. The best way to pick the fresh thyme is you actually take the far end of the thyme and then you go against the leaves, and that's the best way to pull off the thyme leaves. That's the fastest way. So we'll get a few of that going. We'll get that on there, a little thyme, and then the same idea goes for the oregano as far as pulling against and back against the leaves, and that's the best way to get those off the stem because you don't want the stem. And that ought to be perfect, and then we'll just do a quick chop of all those. The nice thing about utilizing the goat cheese as well as the brie is that they're both soft cheeses. So if you're having a cheese display, then it's easy for somebody to come by and just quickly grab a little bit of either the brie or the goat. And what we'll actually do to make it easy for your guests is actually we'll cut up both the Gruyere as well as the Vermont cheddar. So now we'll take our Vermont cheddar and we'll cut those up into pieces so it's easy for your guests to grab. Just go ahead and cut that in half, and then we'll do some nice bite-sized pieces. And so it makes it like a grab and go platter so that people can easily get their cheese and get back to what they're doing. Then we will do the same thing with our Gruyere. And then we will add our little petite French brie. Maybe take a little cut out of it. Put that in the corner. Nice lean on that. Then we can add some of our strawberries, which I just like to place randomly around the platter. It adds some nice color and gives your guests an opportunity to have a little fruit with their cheese, which is always a nice combination. Maybe 3 more. I always like to do everything in odd numbers. Not a lot of things are even in nature. If you look at leaves and how everything grows, it's more natural to have odd numbers, so that's why I like to do that. Maybe it's just me. Then let's add some grapes to the platter, and I like to cut these so that people can just grab a small little bunch instead of having a big giant thing of grapes that they have to try to manhandle. We just make it easy for them. One more bunch. All right, I'm feeling good about that. Then we have a little bit of fresh honey with honeycomb in it, which adds a nice little sweetness that somebody could either dip their a little of the goat cheese in or some of the brie. But it's just a nice, and adds a little sophistication to your cheese display as well. And it's delicious. It always helps. Nice. Then we'll add some of our macadamia nuts. Put those around. I like to just have it around randomly, which is nice about building cheese displays. There's no real rules. It's awesome. It's perfect. You can't be wrong. So I'll throw some more of these mixed nuts around. And then I use some of these classic water crackers, which are they're classic and light and won't overpower anything, and they'll go well with these different cheeses. And I just kind of like to shingle them, layer them on top of each other so people can grab them easily. And then throw another little bunch over here. That way they get a little surprise of the mixed nuts under the crackers. Alright, and then I like to actually add some additional color with some fresh herbs. So we'll put a little of some fresh thyme on top of the brie. And we'll put out some fresh basil. And we'll grab a little more oregano. And then also, like, one thing I like to do is whenever I'm garnishing anything, I like to use the herbs that I have utilized in the dish. So in this instance, we encrusted the brie with oregano, thyme, and basil. So as we garnish the plate, we're going to use all three of those herbs. Maybe 3 more strawberries that I'll dip into the honey. And then we will set out our cheese knives for the brie and the goat cheese. And we'll use a little fork for our little cheese blocks of Vermont cheddar. Here we have our house-made cheese platter. And I'm Jeff Heavey with Convivial Catering. Eat, drink, and be merry.